What's up, Amazon sellers? Managing your inventory can get super frustrating, especially when you have experienced stranded inventory. That's why today I'm going to share with you how to fix your stranded inventory on Amazon FBA, and I'm going to share with you my top tips to stop this from happening again. Stay tuned. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson, and I've been selling on Amazon now for 4 years, and I'm on a mission right now to do £1 million by the end of 2021. I'll drop a link up there, and even during this journey, I've had so much stranded inventory you would not believe. But you know what? Enough about me. Let's get into what we're going to talk about now today. Okay, first things first, number one, I'm going to talk about what is stranded inventory. Number two, I'm going to go through why it is important to fix your stranded inventory. Number three, I'm going to talk about the common reasons for stranded inventory and how to fix them. Number four, we'll actually go into how to fix them with a screen share on my computer so you can see how to do it. Number five, I will share some top tips to avoid this happening going forward. So let's jump into it now. Right, first things first, what is stranded inventory? Now, this is inventory that is in Amazon fulfillment centers but does not have an offer on Amazon. Put it simply, units are stored in the fulfillment centers, but the listing is missing. So that's it, super simple. This leads me nicely onto number two, why is it important to fix your stranded inventory? Well, what's going to happen is you won't be able to sell the stock that is stranded. And what we want to do is to ensure that we have all our stock sold or on sale at all times. So if your inventory is stranded, you won't be able to sell your products, and of course, you're not going to be making any money. Now, the second thing to consider with stranded inventory is that your listings or your inventory is going to incur fees. And what do I mean by that? That stranded inventory is going to cost you through monthly inventory storage fees, FBA long-term storage fees, and even FBA inventory storage overage fees if you're over your storage allowances. So just be mindful, it's not free, it still costs you, and you're not making sales. Now, the third thing is stranded inventory also negatively impacts your inventory performance index or IPI score. Basically, IPI determines your inventory performance over time. So if your IPI score falls below 500, used to be 400, Amazon is going to limit your storage space allowed to store your stock in their warehouses. So keep that IPI up. Stop having stranded inventory. Quick question for you guys. Are you struggling with stranded inventory right now? If so, let me know in the comments down below. Just drop me a yes or a no. And hey, if you want to tell me a little bit about it, I'll see if I can help you. Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, that leads me nicely onto number three, common reasons for stranded inventory and how to fix them. Okay, so the first most likely reason you're going to get is stranded inventory on shipment creation. Now, this happens when your products haven't arrived into Amazon's warehouses yet, so they fall under what's known as stranded inventory. So what can you do with this? So number one, first things first, wait for your products to arrive in the Amazon warehouses. Now, in your Seller Central account, click on the refresh stranded reasons, because sometimes the reason changes and the item in the stranded inventory gets removed, because obviously now it falls into your inventory and is no longer stranded. Now, in addition to that, there is a program in Amazon called the In-Stock Head Start, where Amazon allows out-of-stock products to be discoverable and purchased if your inventory shipment is on its way to Amazon fulfillment centers and they are confident of its arrival time. Now, if you pause Amazon's In-Stock Head Start from your Seller Central account settings, you are going to lose the benefits of having your products available to be on sale before they reach the fulfillment centers. But you are not going to have any of those stranded inventory. Now, what I would say is that Amazon doesn't penalize you by their official documentation of that, but it is one reason why you are going to see stranded inventory, because it's become available to sell prior to it arriving in the Amazon fulfillment centers. Generally speaking, you probably want to keep this active, because it does help you out, and it's just something you're just going to get used to as you go through your Amazon journey. Now, the second reason is where you have a shipment where there is no SKU exists or the SKU has been deleted during transit. Now, if you create a shipment to ship products into Amazon, and then while that shipment is en route to Amazon, you then decide to delete the listing while it's in transit, what's going to happen is going to fall into stranded inventory. What's the solution to this? Well, quite simply, to solve this problem, you can just simply recreate the listing. Really easy. You can follow the steps on Amazon within Seller Central. Now, the third reason is what's known as a restricted ASIN. Now, this may be due to intellectual property infringement, product quality issues, or even safety concerns. Now, to solve this problem, what you're going to need to do is to check your emails or performance notifications on Seller Central for details about the problem with your ASIN. What I'll do is I'll drop a screen share around here that's going to show you. Now, what you're going to need to do is file an appeal with Amazon and provide the necessary documentation, such as invoices, and then wait for Amazon's feedback. Now, if you are approved, then you're going to need to relist that ASIN to reactivate your offer. Now, if Amazon doesn't approve your appeal, you're going to have to create a removal order for that inventory and then delete the listing from your manage inventory page. What I will say is note that the in-transit, available, reserved, and unfillable must be 0 on your inventory before you delete anything in Seller Central. Otherwise, you're going to create more stranded inventory. So get that all zeroed, then you can delete. Now, the fourth reason is because of what's known as a pricing error within Amazon. This happens when Amazon finds your price either too low or too high, and then it suppresses the listing. Now, I'll share an overlay around here about what we've seen when this pricing error happens under the stranded inventory tab. Now, the solution, what we normally do is to simply adjust the price. Very, very easy. Now, the fifth reason for stranded inventory is what's known as unexpected inventory received. Now, this problem occurs when there is an excess number of units received at the warehouse. Let's say, for example, we created a shipment plan where we indicated that we're going to ship in 30 units to be shipped to Amazon. But you know what? The Amazon warehouse received 40. So the excess units went straight into stranded inventory. Now, again, I'll share an overlay around here of what it looks like when you receive those excess units that's happened in our own business. Now, the solution for this and what we did was to quite simply create a new listing for the excess units. Super simple. Now, the sixth reason we've got is customer returns when the SKU no longer exists. The problem comes here is where you've sold a product, you've got no more stock in the inventory, and what you've done is deleted that listing out in Seller Central. But then what? Customer decides to return the product, and as a result, there is no SKU in your active inventory. And what happens to the product? Well, it falls into stranded inventory. So that is what happens there. Now, to solve this issue, what we do really simply create a new listing, and once the listing is active, apply any necessary actions, i.e. change the price, or if you want to, pull the product out and return it yourself. Number 4, how to fix a stranded inventory. And what I'll do now is I'll jump onto my computer and I'll show you actually how we do this within our business. And it's pretty much the same process as any of the previous ones I've talked about, but they're all different examples. Now I'll jump on my computer and just show you how to physically do it within Amazon Seller Central. So let's do it now. Okay, so I've just jumped on the computer now. So first things first, what you want to make sure is that you are logged into your Amazon Seller Central account. And you can see here I'm logged in. What I will say is I'll kind of blur out some sections because obviously it's like my products that I'm selling. So just be mindful of that, but come in and make sure you're logged into Amazon Seller Central in the back of house section. And what we'll do is we'll kind of go through it now, exactly what you want to do. So first things first, what you want to do is along the top menu bar, come up to here, inventory, and then go over to manage FBA inventory. That's going to just take you to the right page. So along the top again, you can see fix stranded inventory. You can see there I've got 14 right now that need to be fixed. So click on that. And that's going to get you into the right section. So what I recommend doing is sort it by date. And the reason is it just helps you manage, like, if you've got quite a few, it helps you manage which ones you're going to do. So sort it by date. You can see this very top one right here. It's got our product, and it's got the product name is missing. And then over the side, it says stranded reason, deleted listings. Again, it tells you why. And then what it does is on the right-hand side of the menu of the box, it can tell you what action you can take. So you can click the drop down, but quite simply for us here, it says create new listing. And obviously that's Amazon telling us what we need to do. Now for us, what we're going to do is we're going to go in and create a new listing to resolve this problem. And if this is a deleted listing, and I talked about that earlier about, there are many reasons why you might have them. For us, this one is going to be a deleted listing. So what we'll do now is jump in and create that. But also you can see, I'll just say it, you can see here, stranded inventory. It tells you the date it was actually stranded. You can see like how old that stranded inventory is and what the problem is. So jump on to create new listing now, and we'll go through the workflow for solving this problem. So let's click on that. And what it's going to do is just load up into exactly what it said, create a new listing to Amazon. And you can see the product here, it's already got our SKU, it's got the product itself. So what we're going to need to do is put in the price. So I'll put in the price now. I think that is what, 24.76. So let's put in 24.76. Cool, brilliant. And then what I'm going to need to do is put in condition. So new, you can see that there, new now. And obviously fulfillment, FBA, it's already in the warehouses, so FBA should be selected. Don't change it to merchant fulfilled, and then click save. Now what that's going to do is just create the listing in our Seller Central, but what it's also going to ask is for the shipment processes, is the barcode and the stranded. So click next, and then also add in dangerous goods to say there's not a dangerous item. So it should come in and click no and no. Here on the dangerous item, click submit. And this is just the natural workflow for Amazon. So we'll click submit and then obviously save and continue. So whenever you create a new listing, it'll automatically go through that FBA creation, even though it's already in Amazon's warehouses, which is a bit strange. So we'll click here and click continue. What they're going to do now is it's probably going to go into the shipment creation to create a shipment, but we can literally just skip that. So here we go, send or replenish inventory. We don't need to worry about this. Why? Because the item is already in Amazon's warehouses, we're not shipping it in. So what we need to do is create the listing. The listing's now been done. We can literally just close this window down and then go back to the fixed stranded inventory. Now, the one thing which I'll say is give it about 15 minutes to update, and then obviously that will update on Amazon systems. But that is how you're going to solve that issue with that stranded inventory. Now look, one thing which you've seen here is that's just one way of doing stranded inventory. And my God, I talked about it earlier, there are 6 different types of stranded inventory that you can have, and that's quite a few. And that's not to mention, that's just stranded inventory. There's so much more in your Amazon business that you need to do. Now the one thing which I'll probably say is there is a lot of moving parts to this Amazon business, and can you do it on your own? Yes, of course you can. Lots of people do. But should you? No, not at all. I think, and what I really advocate, is having a team. All big businesses have a team. If you are thinking about building a team, what should you do first? Well, first things first, you should get yourself a sourcing VA, someone to find you deals, get you leads that's going to help make you more profits in your business. Now, if you are thinking about getting a sourcing VA, look no further than the FastTrackFBA VA Academy. This is a service I created whereby we find, interview, write the contracts, hire, and also train and then support you for 12 weeks with your own VA in your business. We are really looking for the best of the best to get results to drive your business forward, and we have successfully supported over 100 clients since launching just over a year ago with VAs in the business. They don't have one, they don't have two, they have multiple VAs, and they are growing to new heights, bigger than me, than my £1 million journey. So if you are interested in thinking about getting a VA and you maybe got some questions, have a look down below. I'll drop a link to the FastTrackFBA Academy where you can get a free 30-minute consultation call that's just going to answer any questions you've got and see if a VA is right for you. Have a look down below, the FastTrackFBA VA Academy. So that leads me nicely on to number 5, top tips to avoid stranded inventory issues. Okay, so first things first, do not close or delete listings immediately after selling through your inventory. Why? If there are lost items in your inventory at the fulfillment center, or a customer returns an item without an active offer, it's going to go stranded inventory. So make sure you do not delete that beforehand. Now, number 2, I'd really recommend avoid creating multiple offers for the same product. Hence, when you create a new listing or revise an existing listing, reuse the ASIN or SKU. It just makes it easier on managing your stranded inventory list. Number 3, I'd recommend check your stranded inventory daily. Why? Because it affects your IPI score and it's going to really help you out. Maintaining a great IPI score, which result means you can have more storage space in Amazon. And then finally, number 4, if you do find stranded inventory in your Amazon Seller Central account, take action immediately to resolve it. Hence why we say check it daily. Now, what I will say is after understanding how to fix stranded inventory, what you might consider then is learning about mastering how to manage your inventory in general, and to become a top seller on Amazon. Managing your inventory is going to be super, super important. So what am I going to do? I'm going to drop a link around here to a video I created called Top Tips on How to Manage Your Inventory. It's just going to help you become a next level Amazon seller. check it out. Hopefully it's going to really help you. But hey, what I will say is if you've enjoyed this video and hey, found it useful, give me a big thumbs up. It just lets me know this is the kind of content you like. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below. That's the subscribe button just down below. But for me, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.